collars fired.
Affirmative.
But the wolf doesn't seem to be... it's not down yet. We're going to go down and find out. I've had the good fortune to join one of the top wolf research teams. Leader of the pack is Dr. David Meach of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. He's going to take me to the wolf. And hopefully keep me upright on these snowshoes. Hold it, David! He's got a signal from the wolf. It's close.
There it is. Yeah, he's in good shape here.
Oh, yeah. Is it safe?
Yeah, he looks like he's pretty far out.
Just look at that. Just look at that. Jeez, look, its eyes are open, David.
Yes,
It's blinking.
it's definitely unconscious, but they do have their eyes open when they do that.
That is amazing. Is it safe to touch it?
Sure, just keep your fingers out of them, but there.
Now, that's a yawn. It's actually yawning. It did that itself. Uh-oh. I'm going to jump pretty quick if this thing wakes up.
Well, you better.
Oh, and this is another thing. Look at this. Look how big that is compared to my hand. You can't really see properly there, but that's huge.
You know, there's an old Russian proverb that says the wolf is kept fed by his feet. And that means it's got to travel so far, cover so much distance in order to find enough vulnerable prey that it can catch and kill.
Well, also, I should think on this snow it helps, too.
Oh, yes, certainly. In fact, I don't know if you can see, but they actually have a web there. You see between the toes, just feel in there. Turn the scale like that. All right, ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, he's got some weight on him.
Completely off the ground. Turn the scale.
Meach weighs it and takes blood samples. He tracks the wolf throughout its life by means of the ingenious capture collar.
So 70.
He's discovered unique information about the wolf, what diseases they suffer from, how they grow up, disperse, and survive.
What's this you're giving it now?
Okay, it's the antidote for one of the main drugs that it has. You could take the mask off, though, and get it ready for him to get up and everything.
You said earlier that its stomach was empty.
Sure, it's hard for them to find a deer that they can catch and kill and stuff.
So how long do you think they can go without eating?
Well, if they're well fed to start with, they can go like months without eating.
Months? That's incredible.
He's starting to actually wake up.
Yeah, he's looking a bit
Yeah.
perkier, isn't
Yeah.
he? So what's next?
Well, we just move him here.
You need a hand?
Yeah, just get him by the back of the neck, and we'll put him on his chest, right here.
Okay.
Yep. Just
Like
put
that?
his legs under him, like that. Yeah. And we'll just leave him like that. And it's better if he just sleeps it off himself, so I think we can leave him like that.
He's going to be all right?
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
We left the wolf to recover on its own. I spent a couple of days with David Meach. It seems the Minnesota wolves are doing well. Thanks to research and protection, numbers have increased threefold since the 60s. Wolves are also making a comeback in another area of the USA. These are Canadian wolves. Wolves have always done well in Canada's uninhabited wildernesses. It's these wolves that are today recolonizing areas of the western USA. If there's one thing about wolves, they're great travelers. They've been known to disperse over 500 miles from where they were born. They search out territory with new opportunities for hunting. Wolves howl to discover if there's anybody else in their new domain. The howls of Canadian wolves are echoing through the Rocky Mountains down towards the USA. The wolves are moving into the US state of Montana. Somewhere down in the trees, wolves are coming home. There are still less than 100, but they're reclaiming places where they were once poisoned to death. There's abundant prey to lure the wolves, including elk. A determined wolf lopes along tirelessly, searching for food along the valleys. Wolves take prey that human hunters also like to kill, and the effect of wolves on game animals is significant. Prey isn't the only thing on a wolf's mind. Founding a pack is important too. Wolves have an uncanny knack of finding one another. This is the beginning of a new wolf pack. A she-wolf may have up to 8 cubs. The family will stay together to form a hunting group. The future pack is basically an extended family. There's another male, probably a brother of the first male. He's got to be content with second position. The first male keeps close tabs on the female. In an unusual piece of behavior, the first male mounts the other, probably to assert his dominance. It isn't generally known that wolves can be playful animals. It's a side that comes out in the breeding season. The older male's out of the race. Wolves aren't bothered by snow. Their long coats provide unmatched insulation. Their ancestors survived the last ice age, so at 20 below, a wolf just carries on as normal. With the new federal protection and help from conservationists, there are now a handful of breeding packs in Montana for the first time in 60 years. The arrival of wolves in a valley brings very mixed reactions from residents and ranchers.
If we catch them killing our livestock, we don't have the right to protect our livestock. We can't destroy the animal.
I just don't think in a valley that's as populated as is here that we can live with a wolf. I think they're going to be in trouble with people's pets and animals, and I just think there's too many people living here already to be able to tolerate wolves.
We had our dog killed by a wolf 2 years ago. If I'm walking my dog and I see wolves coming at me, that's why I carry a pistol, pull it out, and hopefully that would scare them.
They were here before we were here. The father wolf of the new pups was raised here, he ate here, and this was his safe haven. But now we live here. I hear a lot of people complaining about cattle, but having one cow killed in a year doesn't scare me too much. I mean, I don't really see the big problem. I have compassion for people because I worry too. I worry much more about mountain lions than I do wolves, though.
A mountain lion took a child in this area of Montana in 1991. They're more dangerous to man than wolves, but wolves still have the worst reputation. The greatest abuse for the wolf comes from a place where there are no wolves, but where there is a plan to reintroduce them. Yellowstone National Park in the state of Wyoming.
Our forefathers fought hard for many years to rid this country of wolves, and I simply haven't seen the evidence that we should step in and attempt to undo what they did for us.
If they bring in wolves, there's no way I can control them. I mean, God, there's no way. Look out here. How could you control a wolf? It's even hard to find your cows.
The only reason wolves are not in Yellowstone is the Western agricultural industry. I think people don't object to the wolf so much as what the wolf represents. Wolves will have a very, very minute impact on surrounding ranches. And in fact, there's a program in place to compensate any ranchers who lose livestock to wolves in the Yellowstone area. Ranchers have more to fear from vegetarians than they do from wolves.
In America's West, your chances of sighting a wolf are still pretty slim. There's just one final place that offers us the real chance of observing the daily life of wolves. After months of waiting and hoping, we've had an invitation to visit David Meach in the high Arctic. It's a restricted research zone, and no one has been allowed to film up here for 5 years. Only those with a complete passion for wolves would think of working in this desolate country. We put down on Canada's Queen Elizabeth Islands, the last bit of land before the North Pole.
Hi, Dick.
Hi, Timothy. It's good to see you.
You too.
You use these to get about?
Yes, yeah.
What do you call them?
ATVs.
ADVs to
Right.
get over there.
Yeah, in fact, why don't we get out of this wind
I tell
and
you,
get
it's
on
cold,
those
isn't it?
things? Yeah.
It is. All right, come
You
on.
brought your long underwear.
Yeah.
I'll show you how. Just put it right here. Hop aboard. The gear shift is down here like on a motorbike.
Yeah.
The island's like the end of the world. Even the Inuit Eskimo hunters don't come here much. We saw some muskox bones and some Stone Age remains. 50 million years ago, the island was tropical. They found fossils of crocodiles and flying lemurs. But now it's permafrost. It's late July. Winter will begin in a few days' time. It's bleak. There's no shelter. Completely barren. The nearest trees are over 1,000 miles to the south.
Well, this is it, Tim. It's not very much, but we survive here.
Oh, it looks all right.
Meach has pitched camp a few miles from a wolf den.
Well, you can take this tent, the blue one, or the one up there.
Home sweet home.
Right, one lump or two. Now, Dave, how far away is the wolf den from here?
We plan the next move. Could we go to the wolf den right away?
Well, probably be better if we got some rest first. I'm sure you had an awfully long day.
That was an incredible
And,
journey.
Yeah, and we could do it first thing in the morning.
All right. Difficult to talk about morning in this light, isn't it?
Well, yeah, right. Let's say right after you wake up.
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
morning now.
Does it get, it's morning all day long, isn't
Yes,
it, really?
yes.
Does it get very cold? It's not too bad now, is it?
No, it doesn't get too bad. It's 30 degrees to 40 degrees or so at this time of year.
Yeah.
Just enough to be around the snow, the snow line. It can snow one day and then be warm the next.
Boy, this is awful. But it tastes good.
Did you realize it's 2 a.m.?